Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm playing with this Club EP kit. I love it. I am so excited to play with it. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm over my Halloween makes and I'm ready to make a bunch of fall stuff before jumping into Christmas. And I know I could be behind maybe to the what everyone else is doing, but I just got to move at my own pace here. So this kit came with a 6x6 pad. It came with those photopolymer stamps. It came with enamel dots, ephemera, these chipboard stickers, cardstock stickers, these here, and a whole bunch of 12x12 paper, which is my favorite part. I need 12x12 paper for my paper crafting. I've just been scaling up to 5x7 cards more and more, or slim lines, and I need 12x12 for that. So I'm so happy that they include that. Plus, it always has tons of fun cut aparts, easy card making. I think if you're a beginner, starting with a nice paper pad is the way to go. Look at all these card fronts you can make in a snap. Just really beautiful designs and colors. I love the blue. I think I heard a few people say that I've seen work with this kit. Now I'm pulling in some oldie but goodie dies. This one is one that should have a few tally marks on it for the number of times I've used it. These, however, are like brand new. They're from Tim Holtz. And I love it. I don't have any, well, now I do, but I previously didn't have any leaf dies that have these like holes in them, which is so crunchy and fun and just what leaves look like when I find them sometimes. So I was really just stoked when I saw these. All right, so this card is actually a birthday card for my father-in-law. His birthday's today, the day I'm doing this voiceover, and I needed to make him a card, and I just decided to turn the camera on and share it with you guys. He's been studying Spanish the last couple of years, and so I really wanted to put all of his sentiments in Spanish, and I have a few sets from Fun Stamper's Journey. Oh, how I miss Fun Stamper's Journey. But I've said it 50 times probably. Anyways, so yeah, I had this other scrap. This is not from the kit, it's just from something I was making in a previous card, had it on my desk, and decided to put it to use here. So now let me glue everything down. I just thought these were just perfect, rich colors. I love all of the texture, the graphic nature. Like this card, I just really like it. Now y'all can see I kind of did two cutouts with my X-Acto knife. I could have done all four sides, but I just did those two. So that's kind of different, and really, really love it. So I kind of was wishing I had popped this piece up right as I was finished putting glue on it. But so it's glued down, but I think it would have been really pretty if I had popped that one up. Now another thing I'm going to do to this card, I didn't really want to cover too much up, so I moved the sentiment to the inside, which is normal for me. And then I still really wanted like a bouquet of these leaves because they are just so luscious. And by the way, I had cut all of these out of some of my Brusho paper. If you've been with me for a while, you know I keep a stack of Brusho paper on my desk for die cutting. And so I don't make it as I need it, but I make I take a whole pad of watercolor paper and do the whole pad of paper at once in different color combinations. And so I'll have like a green sheet, a red sheet, a yellow sheet, and then I can cut as I desire. So then I ink blended around a sheet of paper for an insert on the inside, added another luscious leaf. Then I used the enamel dots just to add even more interest. I know this card doesn't scream birthday, like I feel like it needs a cupcake or something like that, but to me it's just sophisticated and interesting, and it fits the season we're in. So it made sense to me. My daughter's like, that's really fallish. Well, his birthday's October 8th. All right, another oldie but goodie. This is from a Spellbinders kit, March 2020. And it's Easter themed, but we are going to make it work for us today. I just love this little basket. And I wanted a basket of leaves and acorns and pumpkins. I really wanted to use that stamp set. Okay, but first, this is the part that came from the inside of the basket. I thought snow globe. So I had another scrap of paper on my desk, and I kind of just turned it into a snow globe. That'll be for another card another time. All right, these two little pieces I think are like cotton tails for the bunnies, but I made them an apple and a pear because that's what they look like to me. I think you could turn these into oranges as well. That'd be so cute. I just wanted some additional pieces of fruit for my basket. And for me, it totally worked. I don't know what these go to, but they became the stems for my fruit. This was like the tiniest, teeniest, most fussiest part of this card, and it still wasn't a big deal. I colored up my leaves really quickly. I put a dark color in the middle and a light color on the outside. And for me, that worked. I wanted these to be green. I thought about doing like brown and orange and yellow, but I really felt like the card needed that pop of green, that contrast. The basket being red, complementary colors and all, thought it would work. I stamped out a couple of pumpkins and acorns, colored them up with some alcohol markers, and I did this in a very fast style. And I really love the way they turned out. I have been trying to color more like in a storybook way where my shadows are more pronounced and things aren't blended seamlessly, which, come on, let's get real. That's never really a thing for me anyways, but I just like it. It's the style that I'm liking right now where there's the shadows are really kind of pronounced. I don't know how else to say it. Where they look like this. And then I colored my pumpkins really quickly as well after adding some white gel pen there. And for these, I did a really quick coloring on one of them because I knew it was mostly just going to be in the basket. And then the other one I did a little bit more smoothly because I knew it would be in front of the basket. So it would be fully on show. Not to say that I took a whole lot of time or ton of care into it, but it got done and I think they looked cute. So I'm just using a couple of different colors of orange here. So super cute. Now, I know we probably don't give baskets of pumpkins. I just thought of it and wanted to play with it. I mean, that's, I think, the great thing about card making is things don't have to be realistic. They don't, all the proportions don't have to be perfect. You could just play and have fun. That's the whole idea, right? And then to actually put these things in the mailbox. So I brought in some 6x6 paper, a piece of the 12x12, And now I was just making this up as I went. I didn't have any pre-measurements, but I'm making an easel card that's a 5x7 card. So grab my base, score it at 5. So there's my card base. And then I'm going to kind of play around with the paper here. So this piece is going to be 4x5. This piece is 5x6. And then I'm going to have to remember what the other piece was. I think this one is 3.5 by 5. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm pretty sure that's what that one was. So yeah, I just kind of made these up as I went. I could see the card in my head, but I didn't have anything written down, or I didn't have a sketch or anything. All right, so that piece is glued down to the whole card front. And then I bring it back to my scoreboard and I score it at 2.5. So this is going to give me my pop-up, my bend in the card, so I can have an easel effect going on. And now I'm going to bring in these other layers. Now this one I made sure it was right side up. Even though I'm gluing that part down, I still want it to be right side up because I'm only gluing half of it down. And that way, if the card's popped up and someone can see it from the back, everything is right side up. Now I'm gluing down this piece. This is going to make this a lot sturdier, having those two pieces together, since that part is popping up. And now I'm just playing around, kind of getting an idea for this, making sure what I had in my head looks right on paper. And I decided to glue this down. It was a little premature, not gonna lie. But I was just trying to get this going. So I glue that down. I started tucking these pieces in again, looking at it, and really I realized that the basket looks empty at the bottom, being able to see that paper from behind. So I decided to stamp out a couple of pumpkins and an acorn and color them up and make an insert to go inside of this basket. So here's that piece. And you don't get much of a view of it because this video is already long enough. But this is the piece, and I just kept hand cutting it to get it to fit inside my basket. And once I cut it one more time, I get it just far enough down. And now when you look through the basket, it looks like there's a couple more pumpkins in there, and it just visually makes more sense for me, which makes me happy. Now I can glue all this stuff in. So that's what I'm doing. I have an apple, a pumpkin, a pear, and 2 acorns going in the top. And then I'll have a popped up pumpkin on the front, along with a couple more of the acorns and some more leaves. So this card did take the longest. It was the fussiest, but it's adorable. And I made it to send to a friend to cheer up. And I just think it's perfect. I think that's one of the great things about making seasonal cards like this is they don't have to just be for like Thanksgiving. If you're like, I don't send Thanksgiving cards, why do I need a box like this? Well, I'm sending a card just to cheer someone up, but it's going to be in season. Or I'm making a card for a birthday, and it doesn't scream birthday, but it screams the appropriate time of the year for this person's birthday. So, those might be things that you think of if you're a subscriber to a kit and you get one and you're like, these are cute, but I don't send Thanksgiving cards. Well, that's okay. They don't have to be Thanksgiving cards. Although I have a really cool idea that came up. I'm going to have to use it with this kit. You'll definitely see me play with this kit again. Okay, another oldie but goodie. I think this is Labels 52. I'll leave these listed for you below in case you want to know. I don't know if they're still available. I don't have a Spellbinders link or anything, but at least you'll know what I'm playing with. I just encourage you to play with what you have. That's what I'm doing. I'm just loving my stash. I mean, I have a hoard of supplies here, and I'm gonna use them again and again and again. So these are old. I mean, they're probably, because I got them in a warehouse, so a couple of years ago. I mean, they're probably 5 or 6 years old by this time. I have no idea. Doesn't really matter. They still cut paper and are beautiful, so I love them. And I do really love that Spellbinders makes these larger dies for 5x7 cards. I think they're one of the few companies that I know of that make a lot of 5x7 foundational dies, which I really like. So that's a cut apart. I loved that bouquet and just really wanted to use it. And it's funny, this is the most simple card, but I think it's my favorite. You guys let me know which card you like the most. And definitely go back and love your stash. Find some pieces that you really like. This card could easily be made as well if with an easel card, but just with the cutouts. So you wouldn't have to use dies if you don't have them. So here is the very fallish birthday card. Those 2 leaves right there came from TR's place. Thanks, TR. And yeah, here's the inside. Happy birthday. Make a wish. Yes, yes, yes. All right. And then card number 2. I really like it. I think it's fun. I hope it does indeed cheer up my friend, give her something fun to look at, to put on her mantle or wherever she wants it, to be reminded that someone's thinking of her. Fall is in the air. Seasons are changing. All right. And then this card, I love that embossing and just the simplicity and beauty of this card. It's just so nice. And then I put a big old cut apart in there as well. I could just write Happy Thanksgiving, love the Clayton family, or whatever down there. Happy fall, love the Claytons. Like, you don't have to write a lot. So these are my cards. I will be back. I will play with this kit again, and I hope you'll come back and watch. See you next time. Bye.